Now we'll be discussing about the HTML tables. So in HTML, tables allow web developers to arrange data in rows and columns. So for example, we can just say that we want to create a table. So how can we do that? We'll just see now. Um, yeah. So firstly, to create a table, we use the tag called as table tag. So this table will define an HTML table. Like this table tag will define an HTML table. Each table row is defined with a tr tag. So tr tag is used to define the row in the HTML table, and each table header is defined with the th tag. So this is the table header tag, and each table data or the cell is defined with the td tag. So this is for the data, and by default the text in th elements are bold. So in whatever you give in this th elements, so I'll just show you the proper example, but now I'm just showing you how they are represented. So the text, the elements in the th are bold and they are centered. By default the text in td elements, the data elements, are regular and left aligned. So this is the difference. This is by default one. We can, if you want to change it, like the links, like as we have changed the state of links, like we have changed the colors, we can even change this one by using the styling attribute and all. But for now, for by default we have this th to be bold and the td to be a regular and left aligned, and th will be centered. And then now we'll write some example, like we'll get some example for this table tag. So this is the start of the table tag, and let me end this table tag also. And here in the table tag I want to give some styling, so I'll give it in the end. And for now I'll start with the row. So my first row, this is my first row, and I'll end my row also to avoid this forgetting of the ending the element, so ending the tag. So firstly in the first row I'll give all my headers. So you have to just imagine a table. So in the table the first row will be headings, and from the second row you'll be having the data regarding the particular heading. So here I'll just give it to be th, and I'll close my th also. So let's say I have three columns for my each for my table. So I'll create three headings. So three headers. For three headers I need three elements, so three th elements. So I'm giving the three th elements, and we are done. Now we need to give the headings now. So let's say my first header will be first name. So this is the first name, and the other th will be a second name, or last name, sorry, last name, we can say last name. And then the next one will be age. So this is our age column. So we want our table to contain three columns, so we have given three headers for. And then from the next row we'll be giving the data, and I'll show you how this looks visually also. And after this we have completed one row, and now we'll start another row. So another row, just start this row. And then in the row we again need this three data, so that is the three data elements. So for the first row we have given the three header elements, and from the next row we need all the data. So I'll just start and end and give the end tags for the data. And one more, we need three columns, so I give three three data cells or three data elements. So in this uh, I'll just give the first name. For example, I'll give the first name to be Jill, and the and the last name to be Smith, and the age to be, let's say it's 45. And then we need one more row, let's say. So we'll just copy paste this one by just changing the first name, last name, by creating one more row. So the next row will say that the first name will be Eve, and then the last name will be Jackson, and his age would be around 70. So this is my information for the text, like this is my data, and these all are my headers. The first name, last name, age is my header, and this is my data. Now we'll see how this is being represented, how this is being displayed on our web page. So firstly, let's save this and let's go back to our web page. Let's reload this, and now we'll see our table, how it's looking like. And here you go with the table. So we can see the headers are bold and they are centered, and the other data is in regular font, and it is left aligned. So you can see that this is how the table has been represented. So we have done this by using this table element, the table tag, and the th, the table header, tr, the table row, and the td, the table data. So by using these elements, we have created a table for our html, in our html document, and we have displayed it on the web page. And then a small note is that the TD elements are the data containers of the table. As I have told you, TD is the table data. They can contain all sorts of HTML elements. Like we have given some text here, but it is not mandatory to have the text in this data. We can even have images, we can even have lists, and we can even have other tables like the nested tables one. So we can even have all those kinds of HTML elements inside this data. And then now we'll even just add some styling to this, like let's go to the table and give some style attribute, and then in the style attribute, let's give the width to be 100%, and then we'll also give some border to this particular table. How can we do that? We can just do that by giving we can just give semicolon, and then semicolon, and then we want the border to be 1 pixel and solid black. So now we'll just save this and we'll see how it looks like. And here you go with it. So you can see that we have created some border, and we can see this alignment clearly in this way. Like we can see that the header is centered, and the other elements like the data elements, data content is left aligned. So you can see clearly in this, and we have got some border. So we can even give the padding. So let's go to the code, and let's say I want to give padding to th and td. So I can give padding just by or else we can just give padding by going. So then we can do that by even going to this, and here in the style we have just created this we have just added this style element, and in that we have given style to this styling to this th and td, and the padding is 15 pixels, and you can see the change here. So we have given some padding, and then we can even left align this th is by default center aligned. We can even change this. Let me just do this. Even we can add it here, that alignment, text align, so the text align to be left. So once I add this and save this, and I'll just go back to the web page, and here you can see that now our the particular heading is also left aligned, and the data is also left aligned. In this way we can change the alignment from the default to whatever you want. So by default it is center, but you can even change the alignment, you can change the padding and all, and you can make it more beautiful, like more relevant to you according to your needs. And we can even add this border spacing. So we'll add this border spacing for the table. So the space border spacing specifies the space between the cells. So to set the border spacing for table, we use the CSS property called as border spacing. We can even do this here, or else we can just go to the table. In the style attribute we can give that. Okay, we'll quickly do that here. For the table, I want this border spacing border spacing my border spacing to be 5 pixels. I'll save this, and now we'll see. And in this way we have created the border spacing between the cells also. And if and then now we'll see about the cell that spans more columns, like many columns. To make a cell span more than one column, we use this call span attribute. I'll show you how can you use that attribute. uh, Firstly we'll go to the table element, and here I have given three headers, but I want this last name to repeat twice. So I want this last name to have the span of two. So let me just remove this first header, and in the second one I'll just give an attribute called call span that is equals to 2, and just save this. And let's go back to the web page and reload this. So we can see that this last name has been given to both of the columns. So for this comes under the one column is having two data cells, and then this is looking like this because we have left aligned it. But if at all we center aligned it, it looks like the one column is for the two rows. So then we'll also see the similar one goes with the call row span. To to increase the span of the row, to make a cell span more than one row, we use this row span attribute. We'll remove this, or else we can just keep it like that, and we can change the row span of this. So we can give row span to be, so we can even use it for the row span. And then we can even give the caption to the table. So to add a caption to the table, we use the caption tag. So after this, we just give this open this caption tag, and inside the caption tag, let's say this is user data, and then we'll just save this and reload this. And here you can see that the caption user data is appearing. So in the caption tag must be inserted immediately after the table tag. So just remember this. So make sure to insert this caption tag immediately after the start tag of table. So by using that you can just give some caption to your table. And now let's see how can we add some special style for one particular table. You might have 2 to 3 tables, and you want to give some separate styles for three of the tables, like one will be different from another. How can we do that? So we cannot just go and add upon the style attribute again and again. So for that we have one solution for that. That is something which we have learned it in bookmarking of links also. So now we'll see how can we use the IDs in just styling different elements. So firstly, let's say we are having this table, and I give this table an ID called as T1. So this is the ID that I give to this table. And how can I style this? I'll just go to the style tag, and in the style element I specify ID with a hash. So remember this one, when we use the elements we directly give the names of the elements, so the tags. But while using this ID you need to use a hash before it. So the hash T1, and open this flower bracket, and here we can just give all the specifications, like we want the width or background color we can specify. So I want the background color to be uh, we can just give some hex code. So this can be F1 and C1. So just save this, and when we go to our web page and when we reload this, you can see that for this particular table we have got this background color. So by using the IDs, when you have multiple tables, you can just give three of the tables different IDs, and you can style different IDs in the styling sheet, or you can just do it in the style element, or you can do it by external CSS method. So till now in this table concept, we have discussed about the table element. The table element define a table, and we have discussed about the TR element, which defines a table row. We discussed about TD element, it is a table data element, and then TH element, it defines the table heading, and the CSS border property, which defines the border, and the caption element, which gives the caption of the table. And we discussed about the padding property, how can we add padding to the cells. Text align property, how we align the text in the cells. And we use the CSS border spacing property to set the spacing between the cells. And we learned about this call span and row span attribute to make a cell span as many rows or many columns. And we use this ID attribute to uniquely define one table.